some of the most successful marketing campaigns we've ever done, we thought, you know what, that will never work. That just is not going to work. We try it, and it surprises us. Sometimes we come into what we call accidental success, and it's happened in more than one business that I've had before. So remember, you're not going to regret trying something, but you definitely will regret not trying something. So each month, if you can turn the light back on, please. Each month I have a segment I call Marketing Minute. For those of you who know me, I am a geek in every sense of the word. And every time I see a piece of marketing or I receive an email that's really clever or I get a piece of direct mail, I think, oh, that's pretty cool. I got to see what they're doing there. I've got another one that I didn't have time to put in the presentation today, and Monica just brought me one. There's Monica. Monica just brought me one, and I'm like, oh, we got to show this to everybody. I got a great one when I went to the Egg and I, locally owned franchise restaurant here the other day. My wife and I went to, and it was a superb marketing campaign. I can't wait to show you guys next month too. But this one was one that the GKIC Corporation, so the company that Dan Kennedy runs, they sent this out 2.5 years ago for their annual conference. And it was a message in a bottle. And who wouldn't like to get a message in a bottle at some point from someone? So you get it, and it's got a tag on here that says, open immediately for a special opportunity only at the 2014 GKIC Super Conference. Who in this room have been to a GKIC Super Conference? Joanne, Sarah. Joanne, tell us what a GKIC Super Conference is.
It's where some of the best entrepreneurs in the world go and share their ideas. And people who I would have thought were just like crazy Lulus, this lady got up there and she talked about how she became a millionaire from reading palms through the mail. And I would have just like wrote this lady off and not given her the time of day. But the marketing that she did to read palms was incredible. And I also got to meet Donald Trump and Ivanka Trump at that conference. And I went to one of their presentations on working with families, since I work a family business. But it was very life-changing, and it was worth every dollar spent.
Awesome. Sarah, what was your take on a GKIC Super Conference?
I think sort of what she said, the most interesting thing was that the people in the room were just mind-blowing.
Got it.
And the connections that you made changed the way that you looked at your own business.
Cool. So that's the product. So how does this bottle get you to that room, life-changing room? So it tells you to twist off, so it comes off like that, and there's a letter, of course, the message in the bottle. This is side 1 of the letter. It's an 11 by 17 kind of piece of paper. And there's, of course, a very big headline at the top saying, does your current direct mail have you feeling stranded? Hope has finally washed ashore when you get $200 worth of 3D mail products for free when you invest in the 3D mail marketing system. Your direct mail opened and read guaranteed. This is not a misprint. So 3D Mail is a company that produces marketing just like this. They do done-for-you campaigns. The guy that runs the company, I actually met with him earlier this week. He's going to be a presenter at Power Circle probably in November to talk about 3D Mail and how they've created this empire out of 3D Mail, another Danny Kennedy student. You get all of this, you get the complete volume, blah, blah, blah. It lists out all the value only at the 2014 Super Conference. So you get this amazing package for 1/10 of the price you would anywhere else if you attend the Super Conference. Goes over to the other side, plus you get your own pair of genuine brass balls. Plus you get our triple brass balls guarantee. Brass ball, I mean, that literally, it's a picture of 2 brass balls in a box. Use any of the 207 plus examples in the 3D direct mail marketing system as the basis for your letter to prospects or clients. Call your prospect or client a year later and ask if they remember your mailing, blah, blah, blah. Brass balls guaranteed. Number 2 is the second highlighted line. Number 3, and you get more of these industry-specific systems. So this company, 3D Mail, very clever. They've got individualized marketing systems like this for the auto repair industry, the dentist industry, the insurance industry, martial arts industry. We have a Power Circle member that runs a Kung Fu Academy. A realty industry, tax prep, and info marketers. So they've got marketing just like this. It's already scripted. It's already written out that you can just buy and put towards your industry. And then billing information at the bottom. Bring the information to the 3D Mail at the booth at the conference. So this is just one example of ways that not only are they just marketing the conference, they're using a really, really attractive offer This is something that a lot of people that go to the Dan Kennedy Super Conferences love using marketing like this. So they know that their customer really likes this. And then they say, well, let's enhance them to come to the conference with something additional. And a lot of people would look at this and say, like the kind of what Joanne said, oh, that's goofy. Who would do something like that? They consistently get hundreds and hundreds of people to come to this conference and are paying between $300 and $500 if you're an early bird. If you come later, you can pay as much as I think I've seen $800 for some of these conferences, and there's hundreds of people that will pay these prices to go to these conferences. So there's my geeky moment in your marketing minute of the month. I'd like to invite one of our members up, Kate Stalter. And Kate and I have talked many times over the years. I believe I could call you a marketing geek along with me.
Oh yeah. I'm
But
happy.
Kate's a lot smarter than I am and a much better writer than I am. And she's done a fantastic job in using writing for creating money in her business. So I will let you kind of give your introduction of who you are.
Okay.
And then we want to connect up to your presentation.
Yeah, let's start the slide.
Yep.
I'll introduce myself while that.
God, I think we have to do it via email, so give me one second.
So as Ron said, my business is called Better Money Decisions, and I know a lot of you here today. It's a financial advisory business, and I want to talk to you a little bit about writing and just how that has consistently been a way that I've gotten clients over the years. And we'll show you something here. We'll pull up a little photo that illustrates pretty nicely about how that's worked. While we're waiting though, how many of you currently do write for maybe a blog, a publication, something you contribute to on a regular basis? That's great. Yeah, really, really important. One of the things that has, worked out for me really well, I am the personal finance columnist for the Santa Fe New Mexican. And I've done that for about 4 or 5 years now. Far and away, that is my biggest source of clients by far. What happens is it really conveys a sense of authority. I started doing this in, I think it was maybe about 2012, and I write a column there every month to this day. This book I have right here, and I think some of you have seen this, Don't Let Your Money Kick the Bucket Before You Do. It's about longevity, and what that is just a compilation of the Santa Fe New Mexican columns. And this is just really kind of a leave behind. I do this at my seminars. I leave this for people, and again, talk about conveying authority. Now, one of the things that sometimes people might ask is, I'm not a good writer, I did terribly in my English classes. It doesn't matter. We're kind of way beyond that point anymore where that sort of thing matters, where everybody's kind of reading what you're writing and saying, oh my gosh, he didn't put the semicolon in the right place there. Nobody cares. The other thing too, and I know we have a member of this group, she's not here today, is Mandy Marksteiner, who does ghostwriting and is a professional writer. Hire a ghostwriter. I've been a journalist myself for many, many years, and before I got into writing for the New Mexican, before I became a financial advisor, I hire ghostwriters to do some of my columns at US News and World Report and Forbes these days, because I'm just so busy with some of the other things. I think maybe we're close here. Let me show you this little picture. Let's see here. That was one of the big things I just wanted to get across is the New Mexican column is by far the biggest source of clients. The other thing too, for people to remember, if you are writing for a publication or a website, a lot of these places will only kind of give you a byline, and they won't link to your website, or they won't give you a little bio, or won't put your email address or your website at the bottom. I don't find that particularly helpful. Now, a lot of places today, people in the past would be asking, can I get paid to write somewhere? Chances are you're not going to find too many places these days that are going to pay you, but they want the content, right? All these publications that are both in print and online, they all want the content. So they are very, very willing to accept columns for free. That's how I started writing for the New Mexican, as a matter of fact. I don't get paid to do that, But you know, as their budgets decline, they're very, very happy to have people that will do this for free, and in exchange for your little blurb there at the bottom, maybe with your website, your email, what you can do to help the readers. I also asked the editor of the New Mexican if I could advertise seminars. Little paragraph at the very bottom of the article. It's actually kind of buried in there. You have to read the whole thing. I'm shocked consistently that people do read the whole way through, and they're actually able to contact me and attend a seminar. So again, people contact me directly from the column, or they contact me from the little seminar blurb that they come to. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you. Who knows what that is? The statue. Anybody recognize that? Right, the Fearless Girl. Okay, on Wall Street. This is a pretty new picture. That's about 10 days ago that I was out there. And one of the reason I was there is because I wrote for many years for a site called TheStreet.com. How many of you know Jim Cramer? Anybody heard of Jim Cramer? Okay, so it was his website. And you know, regardless of what one might think of him on television, he was actually always really, really, really nice to me, very, very good to work with. Some folks in New York who read my columns on TheStreet.com contacted me here in New Mexico and asked me to be their financial advisor. And so I worked with them for a couple years, went out to New York. It was the first time I'd actually met with them in person. We worked together online.